But if waking people up might be one effect of Barrickman's car, giving them nightmares in their sleep could well be another. That's evidently the effect the vehicle had on television producer Kirkomatic, who made this music video to open his Cheap Peaks program on ACTV.
This is a city.
Jim Swift, News 36, Nightcast.
Drive safely this weekend.
Hollywood.
Well, since the Persian Gulf War began, people have taken to the streets, written letters to newspapers, hung ribbons, and waved flags.
All of that has prompted some Austin local access cable TV producers to make a video. News 36's Jim Swift reports on this thought-provoking production. Get their messages into your home each and every day.
But what exactly is their message? Gina Cunha looks at Austin's cable access television next in a special report as News 36 Nightcast continues.
Is the art of flipping through the cable TV channels to see what else is on.
If you fall into that category, you're the viewer public access programs are trying to grab. Producers spend hours behind the scenes for no pay, hoping to put together something you will stop and watch. As News 36's Gina Cunha reports in his series Random Access, everyone has a different reason.
All this stuff makes it on the airwaves, but just who's watching? Well, a recent survey of Austin Cablevision subscribers discovered almost half are taking a peek sometime. And sometimes you find this, a prime example of either what's right with Access TV or what's wrong with it.
What I'm doing is I'm kind of playing with people.
Meet the man behind the Kirkomatic label. Kirk Hunter is a video artist. His works dot the Access TV landscape, attacking your visual senses. But this may have been his crowning glory. No sound, just Hunter standing in front of a camera holding a sign for 6 straight hours.
What does that prove? That proves that I not only want to show that you can do a 6-hour program, I want to make sure that everybody gets it clear, and I am holding that sign and I'm saying, hey, I will work for TV.
Hunter and Rodriguez each spend hours on it. Meanwhile, Hunter will keep trying to lure you in.
Everybody has a certain amount of vanity. Everybody has a certain amount of persistence and vision. That's what causes people to stop and watch this stuff. Everybody's curious about what everybody else is doing, and that's why they're watching cable.
Well, you may be wondering who pays for all the access programming you see, or maybe you never see it. Anyway, if you have...
Are you all right, Dr. Jessup?
And you just don't. JFX by Texan Kirk Hunter.
With a variety of media techniques, this artist confronts us with the media coverage of the Kennedy assassination.
JFX clearly a play on JFK and special FX, FX as they call them. And it's acknowledging openly that this is footage, audio and visual, that we have seen over and over and over, and it's been processed as many possible ways as it could, and here it's just become this kind of feedback loop that acknowledges the one that we've all got running in our heads by now, this event.
It reminds me of, like, you pass those billboards in the street and they've had like 14 signs on top and they're torn off, and you can see the signs going back until the circus 3 years ago, you know? And then it's meaningless, really. There's nothing there to read except that it's stuff that you know and everybody knows. Maybe it's like Ed was talking about documentaries looking for truth, and here is one that tells us that this is something that we don't know what it's about. And we've seen it 14 million times. We still don't know.
We can't get to the truth. We can. I have a little bit of trouble on where this particular film leaves me. I mean, it doesn't leave me in a place where I can act on it, and that troubles me. And the other pieces that we have looked at, I think, call for action, which I've always thought was a vital part of documentaries. That the intention of the documentarian ultimately is to move people. And I think in the Island of Flowers in particular, the call to action is tremendous. There's urgent.
Well, here it's almost a kind of act of resignation or recognition that you know, particularly in this media-saturated landscape, there are going to be particular events which, on the one hand, have taken on such great metaphorical weight that the essence of the event itself is kind of lost, and that have been processed so endlessly that we don't know, quite where we are in terms of the significance of the event itself.
So it kind of remains a puzzle in American history, and maybe it is so much of a puzzle for American society that there isn't a documentarian who could tell us what to do when we see the facts in front of us.
New rules are on the drawing board that would affect just what reaches your living room via AC cable TV. But as News 36's Gina Cooney reports tonight, change on public access doesn't come easily.
He's a real nowhere man. Turn on Austin's public access and there's no telling what you'll see. That was certainly the trouble to late night.
All right, man.
Also to require all live call-in shows to pre-screen phone calls before they make it on the air. An attempt to cut down on obscene language. Producer Phil Reinstein backs the rule changes to show ACTV is doing what it can. Producers make it clear they don't like the proposed rules. Kirk Hunter argues the changes that include limiting airtime will hurt everyone, when the answer is always in the TV viewer's hand.
Let's just turn it off. If you don't like what you see, you have the freedom of choice to change that channel.
As producers at ACTV love to tell you what they do, whether you like it or not.